Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is Labor Day, September 6, 2021, and this is episode number 269 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. This past couple days, we've been talking about startups. We've been talking about getting startup, the stages you go through, the speeds you need to start up. Today, we're going to talk about madness success, or it's another way of saying and identifying what motivates you to be successful in your small business, or what is your why. In episode number 9, going all the way back, we talked about your why, and in 240, we also clarified that. Today, I want to talk about the craziness, the madness, the motivation that may make you successful. And this doesn't have to be accurate, it's just the mindset that you have. Part of madness success, we're going to talk about opposition, competition, and proving to others. Again, what is the intrinsic internal motivation that hopefully you have as a small business owner, solopreneur to be successful? It's kind of like your muse. It isn't something that may be vocalized, but it is something you need to have, because if you don't have it, entrepreneurship can be a really tough road. And I think another reason why people fail is they don't have their why or their madness figured out to a level that makes them and motivates them when it gets tough. Because this is tough. Working for somebody else, in my opinion, is relatively easy to make a paycheck. Creating your own vehicle, your own method that has no floor or no ceiling is much more difficult. And that's the road of the entrepreneur. Now, the good news about being an entrepreneur is that hopefully there's a payoff for it. There's a reason for it. Maybe you do this because you want to own your own business, you want to own your own time, or you don't want to work for somebody. But let's dive deeper into what motivates you. What's the madness behind it? Business tip number 1. Some of us are motivated just by the opposition, just by being told you can't do that, just by the pressure of success. I met a client last week who has lost his parents and wound up working for himself at age 18 to support his family. That was enormous opposition, and he took that, grabbed the bull by the horns, and became a multimillionaire before age 25. Okay? That would be opposition motivation, right? Business tip number 2. Sometimes it's about competition. Maybe you're that sports player. Maybe you're that person that can't stand to lose a board game. You are highly competitive in nature. You need to channel that as a possibility towards your madness success. You're a very competitive person. Business tip number 3, which happens to be what I do internally, and that's your ability to prove it to others, even if they don't know that. You know, I don't have a degree, so I'm trying to prove to myself that I could be a multimillionaire having not had a bachelor's degree, perhaps. It doesn't have to make sense, but it is what it is that motivates me. Proving to others, even though I may not verbalize it, is something that helps me to be terribly successful. And most of that is just a mind game that's in my mind. But what is it that makes you badly successful? Is it opposition, competition, or the need to prove it to others? Whatever that is, I just want you to identify it so that you're able to channel that, because without some sort of internal motivation, it's hard to be successful as an entrepreneur. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm discussing today. Anything I learn, I throw over the fence to you, because I want you to be awesome.